The idea is to verbalise myself, populate myself on social media because my lawyer told me to. So I'm doing it. I have been. But I've been doing it on social media in terms of tweeting, on Facebook, writing, sending messages. I haven't been like physically there in front of you to express myself, which is completely different from when you read a tweet, isn't it? A tweet has no tone, no colour, no meaning, no emotion. And when those facilities or tools are available on social media, they pick certain expressions so that to narrow down your thought control of what you can say and what you can't. Spaces is a classic example. I mean, how many times do you laugh when someone makes a comment in a chat room or something? You don't really laugh, really, rarely, but you have that facility where you click on it to laugh. So it's all artificial crap when you go on these social media platforms, because you can't have control of what you say, and someone can stop you from talking at any time they like to suit whatever agenda they have, or to cut whatever agenda that they don't want you to hear or they don't want you to populate. So I'm not a big fan of going on these chat shows and talking on these podcasts and talking. Not a big fan. I never really wanted to come out and just verbalise it to the public about my quote presidential case. I wanted it dealt with lawfully, legally, in a court, with a lawyer. That's how I wanted it. But you can't find these lawyers. When you do, when they look at you, they judge you depending on your facial, ethnic origin. And it's not difficult to suss out when a professional is confronting you and you're asking them questions, you're asking them to do things, and then they reject, like lawyers, and they reject what you're asking them to do, so you give instructions, and then they don't, and then they throw in some law that allows them not to. Well, fuck off. Nobody needs you. You Zionist bunch of shit lawyers. Nobody fucking wants you. As far as I'm concerned, you can fuck off out of the country. Because when you sign oath to King of England, and us, members of the public, taxpayers, you want to break that oath? You can fuck off out of the system. I've got money now to sue you lawyers who fucked with my life and fucked with my court cases. Think about that. Every time I was denied what I was entitled to, I could deal with it. I don't need to go on social media to tell you that. But at the same time, doing it allows me to build a rapport of build like a put my ammunition on the table and inform the public of certain things. Like, for example, certain things that the people that I've been confronted with don't want you to know. Like, for example, the First Council of the Lebanese embassy, the former first consul, who I sat with and met personally, tells me, don't talk about your case outside his office here in London's Notting Hill Gate in the Lebanese embassy. So here is a diplomat telling me not to talk about my case. Yeah? Whereas a British lawyer who's insured to give legal advice in this country, and you're confronted with one person telling you, shut the fuck up, don't talk about outside his office. Why is he saying that? Why are you saying don't talk outside the embassy about my presidential case? Why are you saying that? When my lawyer is telling me to tell the public about it. Think about it. It's not fucking rocket science. He wants me to shut up about it so not to expose the politician that ridiculed me and cancelled me and assassinated my character. He wants me to... I don't care. For those of you, by the way, who might take offence to the way I speak, to what I say, to how I say it, yeah, I ain't got time for it. For those of you who want the etiquette, well-spoken, non-swearing, what was the word? Profanity, they call it. Fuck off with your profanity bollocks. Yeah? I live in the real world, yeah? I'm not here to impress you in a fucking in an interview. Yeah? I went on hunger strike, the highest form of human protest any man could do. 17 days. Incommunicado. No contact with family, no contact with lawyer, no contact with your embassy. That is illegal. It don't work like that in England. This is not fucking Beirut. This is London. This is London. Where I grew up, I paid my fucking taxes all my life. I want accountability.
Harry Potter. You know Harry Potter.
Just in Camden right now, in a pub in Camden, I can't remember what it's called, just on the corner here. These videos I'm doing now are so that I can legitimize myself, bring back my just be visually in front of you expressing my presidential case, yeah? Because doing it on tweets and words in script writing is not doing me any justice. I'm not good at that. I'm good at with my mouth. Yeah, I've got a mouth to talk with and I'm good at that. And so this is why I'm here on YouTube. I'm here to expose, as a British Lebanese Londoner living in Islington since 1973, I'm here to expose the intricacies and the anomalies that I've been confronted with when speaking with openness, being an openly admitted anti-Zionist. Yeah, I'm an anti-Zionist. And speaking out about it. And when you're a British Lebanese who talks the way I talk, yeah, let's face it, being here such a long time, yeah, me talking about Middle East affairs, or anyone in my segment, first, second generation in England since the very early 70s, they tend to listen to you. They tend to. It gets. If you're the type of people who like followers, it gets that. It gets the attention, especially from the anti-Zionists and the plants and the tools that are on social media. So speaking with openness, I've been blocked by most of the Zionist platforms on social media. Most of them, I've debunked them and I've told them what I thought of them, or the ones I have approached, told them what I thought of them, approached on Twitter, that is. And that's generally, I've been there, put my comment, get out, and leave it. And my message is to, sometimes, although I might express it in a particular way, my message is to say the things that other people wouldn't say or wouldn't dare say, or were too embarrassed to say or shy to say. And being outspoken and then achieving that popularity that I mentioned in previous podcasts through social media, journalists, all these news outlets following me after interaction on Twitter with the former Prime Minister Lebanon, Hariri. It caused a lot of popularity. So I started swearing to push away popularity, using profanity to get rid of it. I don't want that popularity. So I say off-key stuff deliberately, because you know, when you start getting people like the head of Israeli social media following, because you criticised Hezbollah, because I criticised Hezbollah for something that happened when I done. Yeah. So he started to follow me, and I told him that he'll follow me numerous times, and he wouldn't. Eventually he did. But he's just one person. You got to ask yourself, what is going on? When the president starts following your account, where politicians in Lebanon, ministers, wazirs they call them, start to follow you, you know, you wonder. You can't help but wonder. So,
Gareth Bale, sorry. Absolute worldie. Absolutely brilliant, yeah.
I'm coming to Lebanon to speak to politicians in Lebanon about my presidential case. It's been handed over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ambassador Walid Haidar has received it. I asked Ibrahim Moussawi on YouTube, a politician, or I should say Professor Ibrahim Moussawi, one of the politicians in Lebanon, to forward my case to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because I don't want Ambassador Rami Mortada dealing with it anymore. Yeah. He is no good. As far as I'm concerned, he could go back home to Lebanon. We don't want him here. If you're not here to defend the interests of an embassy with the protocols that are internationally recognized, if you're not here to practice that, if you make me a promise to deal with my presidential case and then you break that promise, why? Because I recorded the president's phone call, yeah? When you break that promise, yeah, it doesn't mean you have a right to leave my case. What it means is international protocols are to be guided by every country in the world. Not Lebanon has an exception, because it doesn't. Lebanon doesn't have any exception. You are bounded by protocols. And therefore, you are obligated to those protocols, and I have a right within those protocols, and I want to pursue that right. So handing it over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs means that I don't get the #1 representative of Lebanon here in this country, the ambassador around the world, to deal with it. Because he's a lightweight. He's a dashdouche. Yeah, that's what he is, quite frankly. He's a lightweight who won't confront politicians here. He's following the MP that called the police and had me arrested, and I went on hunger strike. MP. He's following her.
Her eyes are like red.
I never really used to like
Smell it. Yeah, when I said it, I went, yeah, I'm ready. Well, I
Let's read the messages here. It's obvious that I'm going to be targeted by some stupidness, and I expect it. Believe you or not, I expect it. But when you're exposing people who are in the Lebanese embassy here in London, they actually think, instead of looking at putting themselves in your shoes, yeah, and being neutral, like all embassies should do about things, no, they take what the police say as gospel, and they take what the reports say as gospel. And neither what the police say in reports or the reports in all the other parties that are involved have been contested by a lawyer. None of them. None of them. None of them. So all the information that's already out there in the reports, in the history from on my side, yeah, none of it has been contested. Had I had a decent lawyer enough to deal with it, it would have happened, but they never. I've had some shit lawyers come across, even ones that called me anti-Semitic for me saying I don't want a Jewish lawyer to represent me. Fuck off, anti-Semitic. I come from Lebanon, where the birthplace of Semites are. It's actually in Tyre. Tyre is the birthplace of Semites. I am a Semite. You can't call me anti-fucking Semite. I dated a Jew for 5.5 years. You can't call me anti-Semite. You can't do that. It don't work. It doesn't register. It's just nonsensical. So I'm going to Lebanon, and I'm going to see some politicians. Hopefully I want to see a minister, a couple of ministers at least, one in particular, and the ambassador Walid Haidar, who Professor Ibrahim Moussawi kindly offered to hand over my case to the Walid Haidar, the ambassador of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So that's how we stand right now. Some people don't take you seriously. Well, my hunger strike ain't gonna let you just drop it like that. It's just not gonna happen. I've been racially targeted by a British Jewish MP, racially attacked. Yeah, she's a pro-Israeli. Her name is MP Emily Thornberry. Yeah, she's the worst MP Islington ever had. And incidentally, Islington has had the highest complaints in the country when MP Emily Thornberry arrived in took over as MP in Islington. How do you figure out she's been MP for 17 years? Islington is mostly Jewish populated. It's one of the top 10 highest Jewish populated areas in England. Labour has been in Islington for as long as I know. Most of the years. So these racists, once you start call them racist, yeah, they don't fucking like it, do they? No one likes to be called racist. But she knows she's a racist bitch.
I was in London, I saw people.
And me, I'm a Cockney speaking Londoner, so I just speak out openly. I'll just speak it, tell it as it is. But they don't like that. They don't like that. I'm going to tell you who said that I'm one of Lebanon's influencers. He's the former Forbes magazine blogger, Dr. Anthony Rail. We fell out when he was following me. He followed me because I'm the first person in the country to have a Lebanese falafel license in London's Town Hamlets. And I see some activity going on. I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't have a problem with him. It's not him. It's the actual function that he had, and the people in the background. I believe. I could be wrong, but the people in the background that organise things around his podcast. He went on after I. Don't want to talk too much about it, but basically he went on to a show to talk about what I commented on indirectly, not mentioning me. And I knew it was. I knew it was me. I knew there are some things that you just know, where the members of the public don't know. And that was when he mentioned it, and he was saying it on either a radio in Lebanon or a TV broadcast of some sort. And I captured that, and I thought, oh, is that what I think? That's interesting. But it's not me that quoted it. It's not me that quoted my case is, quote, presidential case, unquote. It is a diplomat, an official in the Lebanese embassy called Ali Bannout. He called it, and I recorded him. Because no one's going to believe me if I don't record it. And then he denied it a little bit later. And I told Chris Dorsey about it, a Press TV commentator, journalist, who's kept up to date about it, my case. Who I'm banned currently from speaking to until I'm on bail until that bail finishes soon.
Yes.
So go to Lebanon.
Yes, that's
I come and see the politicians in Lebanon. I come and talk to the people out there. You journalists out there, don't even approach me. Yeah, don't even think about it. Yeah, because I'm not interested. Not interested. Yeah, where was you? Where was you when I tried contacting you? So all you journalists, reporters out there who want interviews, yeah, sorry, I'm telling you now, don't fuck up my holiday. It's not even my holiday, I'm going there to deal with my case. And to go and see my mum. Anyway. It's a coffee shop that I'm in. The pub rather. I think we'll call it a day. Toodle pip.